In New York, the mayoral push to tax the rich has one billionaire firing back.
When I ran for mayor, I said I was going to tax the rich. Well, today, we're taxing the rich. I'm thrilled to announce we've secured a pied-à-terre tax, the first in New York's history. This is an annual fee on luxury properties worth more than $5 million, whose owners do not live full-time in the city. Like for this penthouse, which hedge fund CEO Ken Griffin bought for $238 million.
Mamdani taking aim there at Citadel CEO Ken Griffin, bragging about a new tax on luxury second homes, and Griffin is not amused.
How did you feel about the mayor's little video?
It was creepy and weird. I mean, like, you literally look at the first time and you're like, you got to be kidding me. Okay? And then the second time you're like, you know what, this has gone from creepy to actually not really creepy. This has gone frightening.
And look, it's not hard to wonder why people are fed up. In Seattle, Mayor Katie Wilson is just waving goodbye as wealthy residents leave.
I think the claims that millionaires are going to leave our state are like super overblown. And if, the ones that leave, like, bye.
Meanwhile, in California, a blue state so desperate for leadership, it features 61 candidates in their governor's race, including a guy named Barack Obama. Don't worry, not that one. The Democrats' serious contenders aren't focused on Californians. They're focused on illegal immigrants.
Everybody in California
you would
has a right to health care. And let's answer
California
this out.
California should fund that.
The truth of the matter is, immigrants built this state. Immigrants make this state run.
Yeah. Congresswoman Porter, your thoughts on the idea of funding health care for undocumented immigrants statewide?
Yes.
Yes. And
that's, by the way, what I think Californians deserve as answers to these questions, Alex.
One candidate saying the quiet part out loud.
It's the job of the California governor to protect every single Californian. The sanctuary state policy is designed to make sure that our state resources, the taxpayer dollars, the public servants that we have are focusing on doing their jobs, which is not cooperating with the federal immigration authorities. These are Californians. They contribute to our economy. They pay taxes, and they're one of the only ways that our state has been growing in recent years.
The only reason our state has been growing in recent years. These radical far-left policies are forcing a blue state exodus. From 2020 to 2025, blue states like California, New York, and Illinois saw hundreds of thousands of people leave, while red states like Texas, Florida, and North Carolina gained millions. And it's not just average Americans, it's big-name business leaders. Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, Sergey Brin, Larry Page, Travis Kalanick, Peter Thiel, and David Sachs, all heading for the exits. Joining me now, one of those people that headed for the exit of California to Florida is host of the Rubin Report, Dave Rubin. Dave, it's good to see you. Let's start with the going after the billionaires, Ken Griffin. Every one of these states, they seem happy to say goodbye, wave goodbye, like Katie Wilson in Seattle, to their tax base. We don't need you, rich guys.
Yeah, well, first, Will, for a second there, I thought you were putting me on the billionaire list, and I'd love to be on it, and I'm working hard over here, but, YouTube, what are you going to do? I'm trying, man. I'm trying. Hey, I'm not a Fox host, I'm just coming up here and say hi every now and again. Look, it's so unbelievably insulting and belittling to the people who are the actual taxpayers to stand in front of that apartment and say, hey, guys, 238 mil. So, when we go Dark Knight Rises or we go Gangs of New York and you start looking for places to burn down, this is where you want to do it. That's what he was doing, basically, and I think that's fairly obvious. He could have gone to Alex Soros's house, but some reason he didn't do that. Makes you kind of wonder. But when you see the mayor of Seattle and you see all of these people, there is no number. Give me the number, Will. Give me a number where they will be like, okay, we've gotten enough money now, and now we can solve all the problems. But everyone knows, no matter how many zeros, no matter how many digits or commas or periods you put in these numbers, there will never be enough because nothing they do works. Thus, all of those people who you just mentioned, I think pretty much everyone on that list is now here in Florida.
In Texas, Dave. In Texas.
And you got a couple of them in Texas, but
well, how would you ever have enough money if, like Katie Porter, you believe that everybody in the world is a Californian? If every undocumented immigrant is a Californian and every Californian gets health care, Well, I mean, why don't you go ahead and give health care to the people who haven't yet arrived in California, who are today, I don't know, in El Salvador?
Right. We should be giving the people on the way as they're walking through and traversing the dangerous, muddy waters of Mexico, getting to our border, which, of course, thanks to Donald Trump, is closed. Maybe we should give them insurance in case they twist an ankle. Of course, it's completely absurd. I mean, in a normal situation, someone like Katie Porter, who gets up there with this righteous indignation, calling illegals Californians, she should be completely disqualified. Anyone that's for sanctuary cities should not be allowed to be a mayor. Mamdani in New York should actually not be allowed to be a mayor, because when he came in, he said, I will break federal immigration law. We have the supremacy clause, and the federal government is in charge of this. But blue cities and blue states are completely running amok. And the thing is, there's no sign anywhere in the Democrat Party that they're turning around. You know, Tom Steyer, a billionaire who's running for governor of Cali, you showed video of him. He's worth $2 billion. And it's like, Tom, if you're such a great guy, how about you take, I don't know, $1 billion of your dollars and give free health care to people? Let's see how it works out. But somehow he wants the government to force him to do it. It's odd.
It's always more benevolent to give away someone else's money rather than your own.
Yeah.
Dave Rubin of Florida, thanks for being on the show today.
Not billionaire, but working on it.
Okay. Aren't we all? Aren't we all?
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube, and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.